I was inspired to do this workshop while looking at the dancing figures in this print from the Edo in Colour exhibition at the Chester Beatty. I recommend using 20 gauge copper wire, but any conductive wire that is non-magnetic will work fine, so long as you can bend it into a shape. If your wire is a bit thicker, you may need a wire cutters and pliers. These flat circular magnets are called neodymium magnets and can be found in hardware stores and online. You will also need a AA battery. You can also use a AAA battery, but your piece will be smaller. Make sure to always use a fresh battery from a new packet. I covered the label of my battery with some black marker. If you're using a AA battery, start with a piece of wire that is around 35 centimeters and fold it in half. If it's a bit thicker, you might need the help of pliers. Next, bend one side of the wire perpendicular at about a 45-degree angle, about 1 centimeter from the initial bend. And do the same on the other side. You should be left with a piece of wire in this shape. Next, about 4 centimeters from the center, make another 45-degree angle bend and do the same on the other side. You may want to use a ruler to make sure that both sides are equal. This will help with balance of your final piece. You should be left with a shape that looks something like this. Next, take your battery and place the wire structure over it. Bend the two ends of the wire in towards the center like so. You should be left with a piece that looks something like this. Place a couple of the disc magnets on the table and then place the negative side or the flat side of the battery on top of the stack. Next, position your wire frame on top like so and see if it spins. The bottom points of the wire should be touching the sides of the magnet. This can take a little bit of tweaking to get it right and balanced. What you've made here is called a homopolar motor. A small electrical current runs through the wire and causes it to spin. Remove the wire from the battery and the batteries from the magnet before moving on to the next step. Now it's time to get creative. Place your wire frame on a piece of paper and make a drawing you would like to attach to the wire. This could be anything you like. I'm going to make a simple drawing of a samurai man. Outline and colour in your piece as you would like. Next, we're going to cut out our drawing, and don't forget to also colour in on the other side of the paper. Using some tape, stick your drawing onto the wire frame that you have created. Motors are very safe, but any type of motor can heat up, so don't leave your structure spinning unattended. Once you have admired your creation, remove and disassemble the piece. Remove the magnets from the battery as well, as leaving them attached will drain the battery. Next, I will show you how to make the slightly more challenging spinning sculpture. This time, we're going to wrap the end of a piece of wire around the disc magnets, making a sort of circle. Then bend the wire up, making an L shape. Take your battery and roughly measure where you're going to make the next bend so that it will touch the positive end of the battery. Next, you're going to want to make a little U-bend so that the wire touches the positive end of the battery and then goes back upwards into a stalk. You can bend the stalk into a sculpture, or you can simply attach a drawing to the stalk. You can make any shape you like, but make sure that it's somewhat symmetrical for better balance. The magnets I'm using are a little bit small, so I'm going to use a penny to make the base a bit more stable. If you're having a little bit of trouble getting the piece to balance, I found using a small bit of blue tack around the edge of the battery can help it to stay in place. When you're happy that your sculpture balances, you can add some little flourishes to your piece. Here I am adding a dress to my figure using some tissue paper and sellotape. As you can see, this piece spins much faster. This is because it is thinner and has a lower centrifugal force. The wider your piece is, the slower it will spin. If you are attaching your own drawing to the stalk, simply make a drawing on 2 sheets of paper and Pritt stick them together with the stalk in between. I also used a little bit of tissue paper for the skirt.